have started attempting to roast coffee at home using this popcorn popper. I bought some coffee beans from Sunrise Trading, which was advertised to me on Facebook, because Facebook knows what I want before I know what I want. And this bag contains 10 pounds of coffee. One of the things that you need to be careful of is to ensure that you have a popcorn popper with vents that come from the sides and not from the bottom. If it comes from the bottom, it can be a fire hazard. I've done this a few times now, and I think I've had some pretty significant luck. You see in the measuring cup the green beans, and the cup at the top has a lighter roast, first crack, and the bottom one has a second crack, darker roast. Honestly, I've been really, really happy with how it's all worked out. You want to be careful that you don't overfill your popcorn popper, so I'm using about half a cup that the cat seems to want to step on, and that seems to work just fine. I wouldn't put much more in, at least on your first attempt, because they need to bounce around to roast evenly. So we're just going to put the half a cup in, and the cat's very excited about that, and put the cover back on, and see how it works. I feel like I'd be doing you a disservice if I didn't tell you that you should do this outside. It spits out a bunch of stuff, which I'm going to collect in this pot. It also will get smoky, and will make your whole house smell kind of like toast.
As it roasts, there are going to be two periods where it'll crack. And they refer to that as first crack and second crack. Or first pop and second... Oh! Can you hear it popping or cracking? You can really see it starting to darken up in there. And it looks like we're getting really close to being done. You can see the oils forming on it, and it's getting much darker. And after about 4 minutes, it's starting to smoke a little bit more, and I think we're just about where I want it to be. So this is it, just out of the roaster. I'll put it in a metal pan. I'm going to shake it, because it's still cooking a little bit in there. But I think I got it maybe a little bit later than I did last time, which is what I was looking for. And that was about 4 minutes. One thing to be careful of is everything gets really hot. After 4 minutes of shooting out really hot air, the plastic at the top of the popcorn popper is hot, even the sides a little hot.
I'm really happy with the way these turned out. They've got nice oils, but they're not as dark as the first time I did it, and certainly darker than the second time I did it. And it looks like they might be in the Vienna roast sweet spot that I really do prefer my coffee in. Now I'm going to brew some of the darker and the lighter. This is me trying to be kind of artsy. It turns out I just made a huge mess, as you're about to see. Part of me kind of loves it because of the fail, but I'm just using a mocha pot here, and there are some different schools of thought about whether or not you tamp it down, you don't tamp it down. I don't tend to tamp it down, just leveling it off and making a mess. You may have noticed that my 10-pound bag seemed kind of small for coffee. It's because when they're roasted, the beans get significantly larger. Our half cup of coffee that we started with gave us a half cup plus a third of a cup. So it didn't quite double, but it came awfully close. One of the things that I really like about
roasting these at home is it allows you to see the nuances and the variations that the roasting process itself has on the coffee beans. So if you feel like giving it a try, be careful. It gets really hot. It gets fairly smoky. But you can get a coffee or a popcorn popper like the one that I used at a thrift store for, $8, maybe less.
And I have to say that the coffee that this produced is pretty decent quality, and it comes out to be maybe $4 a pound, which is significantly cheaper than almost anything you're going to find in the store. If you like more of this content, go ahead and like, share, subscribe, and I'll keep making these. Thanks.